Maroon 5 singer and the voice judge, Adam Levine, is getting married, and he feels the need to tie up a few loose ends before he ties the knot with model Behati Prinsloo. Us Weekly has the story of Levine's sort of "I'm sorry" apology tour to all of his exes. He's sort of sending his regrets, and he was a big a-hole and he wants to apologize. They say he apologized for how he treated them. The Insider says of the model-loving voice mentor, whose former flames include catwalkers and Vialitsina, something amazing and exotic, and Nina Agdal. Levine famously ended his month-long fling with Agdal by ignoring her calls and then breaking the news of his engagement to Prinsloo via text. So he's seriously a classy dude anyway, right? Then another insider told Us Weekly that his girlfriends, quote, couldn't care less about this apology tour he's on. But he's a romantic. Adam wants you to know that his love is eternal. So he may be getting a tattoo of Behati's name over his heart. Another source revealed, who once publicly claimed he wasn't the marrying type, he wants to make their love permanent on his body.
Oh, shmoopy papoopy. Okay, so there's many things to discuss here. This is why it's my favorite story. Number one, do you believe that it is proper etiquette to call your ex-girlfriends before you get married?
Hell no.
It's not interesting.
No, especially if he dumped them, add insult to injury and say, guess what? I'm getting married. I never said I didn't want to get married. I said I want to get married to you. So that's a terrible thing he's doing.
So I hear you on that, and it seems obnoxious and all that stuff. But you know what's interesting is the couple of girls that I went out with for a long time, I did call before getting married. And I'll tell you why. It wasn't like, ha, I'm getting married. Or it wasn't like, sorry for all the terrible things I've done to you. But it was like, I wanted to tell them because I didn't want them to find out from someone else.
Right.
And I feel like that's a, you know what I'm saying? And I like them. We're friends. So, but it doesn't seem like Adam's friends with these people. So then that makes it even more weird and awkward. Like, I'm not friends with you anymore. Remember when I dumped you by text message?
And they literally don't care.
Yeah.
They don't
well,
want to
they gotta say that. They gotta say that. Come on. If you're a model, isn't your whole job to hook someone like Adam Levine?
But since he asked for the Dennis the Menace hairdo, I would distance myself as well.
All right. I always kid around about it, and because Jill Pike once said on air that she hooked up with Adam Levine when they were like in high school, former TYT host, right? So I wonder if she got a call.
Oh, let's call her right now. I got my phone right here. I can take it off airplane mode.
Okay, so now about this text message breaking up thing. So that's another question, right? I always, I know it's rude. I know it's unacceptable. The flip side is, I always feel like people who get broken up with, so whether they're women or men, use that largely as an excuse. Like, oh, it's not that you broke up with me, it's how you did it. Do you see what I'm saying? No, you're pissed that he dumped you. And so yeah, I guess it's rude to do it by text message, but you would have hated it under any circumstance. Thoughts?
Yeah, you can hate it, but you don't have to respect it. He did it in a completely disrespectful way. One of the girls, you just never returned her calls again. That's like is he in 7th grade? He's a grown man. Call her back, tell her he's hitting it with somebody else.
No, you're absolutely right. Of course, I have the opposite problem. I'll overtalk it. I'll be like, let's talk about the breakup again.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Now, do you call the people who broke up with you, or just the people you broke up with?
And who would those people be?
Fictitious people.
Oh, okay, right, because in my life, break up with me.
I'm just trying to figure out the etiquette here.
No, I'm kidding, all right. I mean, the question is, are they friends? If we're still friends and we still talk, yeah, then I'm going to call them and let them know what's going on in my life. Obviously, it's a little different because they were ex-girlfriends. Right. And it has the added layer of I don't want them to find out from someone else and think like, oh, I'm hiding it from them or whatever it is.
Now, I've found out a few times via Facebook the same thing. And it was upsetting and it sucked and it was borderline humiliating, but at least I got to feel all those things in the privacy of my own computer cubicle. I don't need to have it out with you extra to tell me that you're getting married.
Oh, that's interesting.
I got all kinds of theories on this.
Okay, that's super interesting. Okay. Now, like when my exes get married and they tell me, I feel great for them. I feel like, God bless your heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I genuinely, like them, to say the least, because I spent years with these people, right? So So they were an important part of my life, and they're
Yeah.
still a part of who I am. I mean, I don't know that people love to hear that, right? But that's reality. You spent 4.5 years with
Absolutely.
somebody, right? And so I want them to be happy. I don't know. Okay, so that's how I feel about it. Now, the last thing is this tattoo business, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look, we all know Adam Levine's going to get divorced from this model, and then he's going to try to get the tattoo removed, and then that's going to be a different story.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah.
Just kidding. She's obviously perfect.
Okay. I thought with a name like Behati Prinsloo that she was either like Arab
Middle Eastern.
or
Indian?
from Bravos. But okay, she appears to be the most European person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
So apparently that's his thing. Anyway, bad idea. Would you ever consider getting a tattoo of your fiancé on any part of your body?
Here's where my ultimate narcissist steps in. No, but I would encourage them to get my name.
Oh, that's
Anybody?
so funny.
No, I don't care either way. And if they do it, I'd probably be like, oh God, I changed my mind a lot. Please don't. But in general, I'll probably skip the tattoo. But if they want to do it, I'll feel good about that for about 5 minutes until lots of regret sets in on both of our parts.
That's funny. I'm 100% against it.
If she was like, Jank, I just want to get C-E-N-K. Right?
No, first of all, I would find that massively distracting.
Oh.
Like in the middle of sex, like I keep thinking about me. Like, what? That's kind of weird. You see what I'm saying? It's right in front of me.
Yeah.
I don't want that. That's a billboard I don't need.
By the way, headline, we just figured out Jank's favorite position.
Sometimes. Depends on where she puts it.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
No, I got no interest in that.
All right, no tattoos for you. You don't have any tattoos currently?
No,
None.
none. How about you?
I know you can't be a little bit pregnant, but I kind of have sort of a tattoo, but not really.
Oh, okay. What is it, like one of those fake tattoos going to come off in 2 days?
No, but my other podcast that I do for our 500th episode, my co-host got my picture and his picture, and the name of the podcast on his arm, and it just sounded really fun and interesting, and I was like, I kind of want to know what it feels like. So I let them put a G behind my ear. I don't even know if you can still see it. It might have come off.
No, I see it. It's definitely there.
And they were like, well, do you want it to do it like, that like fairy style cursive? I was like, no, dude, I watch prison shows. Make it look like somebody threw me down and like gave me the stamp. So that's all I have is a G behind my ear, just because I want to know what it felt like.
Okay, so first of all, G obviously stands for gangster.
Obvi.
Okay, or perhaps Gina Grad.
Yeah.
But so he put pretty good podcast as a tattoo on his arm?
I'm sure I have a picture somewhere. It's my face and his face, and it says the Pretty Good Podcast.
What if you guys aren't doing the podcast in a year?
Commemorate the memory.
Well, you've done it for 500 episodes, but how long have you been doing pretty good podcast?
Well, it's over. We've done maybe 1,080 shows at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how many years?
4 or 5.
Wow. Everybody check out Pretty Good Podcast, okay?
Thank you.
I should be saying that every time. You got to remind
It's
me.
okay. And the Gina Grad Show.
And the Jeannie Grad Show.
I heart.
Okay. And get a G behind your ear. Okay. All right.